and then now you've got to go through all that again. Yeah, I was angry about it.
Picked up by Little Bob. He's going for a run. Can he get it down there in time? There's the sign, I think, for the end of the game. It's a draw. It's a draw.
We started Sunday morning and trained very hard for that the whole week. We trained 4 nights of that week, where I spoke to Barassi after the grand final, and they trained, I think, for 40 minutes on Thursday night. So we were a little bit, in my opinion, overtrained for the replay of the grand final.
A week later, on October the 1st, the replay took place in front of 98,000, Collingwood seeking its first flag in 19 years. This time, it would be North at every change, and despite some magnificent solo performances, the Magpies struggled.
Take it, Rene King can't burst clear, Blight's there. Also Maggrave for Collingwood, Gordon trying to get it out, which he does, towards Manasseh. Manasseh to drive, Collingwood deep into attack, goes for a run. Almost towards the half-forward line, he is now. He's run 50 metres, goes to the handball, no, feigns the handball, he won't give in Manasseh. He's going to shoot for goal, and he's put it through! He's put it through! By golly, what an individual effort!
Max Richardson would be one who would pay for the loss. He was stripped of the captaincy. That would go to Len Thompson. The Magpies would lose 7 games in 1978, North beating them in both home and away fixtures. Carman was on the way out. He would have one last hurrah in the finals in a losing qualifying side against Hawthorn. A week later, the old rivalry, and this time the Magpies prevailed over Carlton.
There must have been 4,000 punches thrown there by one Carlton player.
And Bruce still knew he lost his head there.
He's got it. I think it could be the other way around.
Well, he got somebody anyway.
Now you watch this. Now, I don't know whether it's Carlton will be reported.
Well, Doyle could have been Doyle, Louis.
But it could be another bloke coming in now. This fellow here, look at this.
Well, the umpire did take Carmen's number.
It's still on again here now. They're still having a go. Another bit of a dust
Oh,
up now.
hello, if you don't mind.
Free kick to Carlton. And the free kick will go it over beautifully to Collins, and Collins is clear. Oh, he's got one in the face. They get a free kick. The big fella certainly scoots around for a free side. Max Richardson.
North Melbourne had proved too strong during the season, and so it proved on preliminary final day at VFL Park. This would be the end of an era. It would be the farewell season for so many greats. For Wayne Richardson after 277 games. For brother Max after 211. Len Thompson after 5 Copelands and 270 games. Ross Dunn after 213 games. And fabulous Phil Carman of white boot fame after 66 games.
I never had many achievements in footy. I always tried hard. I never, every training night I trained as hard as I could, and I played in a team with a lot of very good players. So I was never a Copeland winner or an interstate representative. And I suppose I played fairly consistently, but I never played to me best all the time, which is what everybody loves to do if they could.
Ray Shaw would take over the captaincy, and among the new players in his charge were Melbourne's Ross Brewer, Carlton and North's Craig Davis, Richmond's Butch Edwards, and kids in Dennis Banks, David Toomey, and the incredibly talented Peter Dacos.
I think 1979, it was probably the best side I played with. We didn't have a lot of stars, champions, as you probably call it. We were just a team of goers, and that's the way we played footy under Tommy Hafey.
The outstanding player of the season was undoubtedly Magpie star Peter Moore. In the Brownlow, he'd win by a vote from Gary Wilson.
The name of the game in football is to win premierships, and unfortunately we didn't do it in '77, and Collingwood and the Collingwood supporters have been waiting for 21 or 22 years for a premiership, and to me, although this is wonderful and I'm really honoured to receive it, I think that I'll just be forgetting about it and get out on Saturday and try and get best on the ground on Saturday.
So once again, it would be Carlton on grand final day. The Magpies' defence stiffened with the return of Magro after suspension. 113,000 saw an even first half.
Collared by Young, Jesselenko in there, gives it almost to Southby, back to Young. In comes Rene King, used a bit of weight, down went Young, in goes the weight, Brewer's in there, Young is out cold. But a fair bump, I thought. Careful, Rene, you're gone, son.
Wearmouth there trying to pick it up. Back it goes there to Worthington. He's in trouble. He's grabbed. Got a kick out. And we see a chance for pick and grab too high. Oh, Downey with Johnson going in pretty hard for Edwards. He's too good for Dool and a beautiful mark. It's the kick by Edwards, looking there for Wearmouth. Oh, he's got one on the back. I think he played for that. Well, we'll wait for this shot now. Wearmouth lining them up. We'll see whether they can get it through. The kick. He's put it right through the middle.
113,000 saw an even first half. Later, it would be the flair of Ronnie Wearmouth as he made the vital move. This was a game that would go down to the wire, when one act would be all that was needed, and so it would be.
Harms fires at the goals, but he's off target. It's rolling towards the boundary line, and Harms almost makes ground. He tips it back to Sheldon, and that's a goal!
After the recruiting coups of recent years, Hafey could feel bitter about the quality of players added to his list for the 1980 season. Despite this, the club would have mixed results. It would again reach the night grand final under Ray Shaw and look to have won the premiership when it led after the final siren. Unfortunately, the umpires didn't hear that siren.
The siren is gone. The siren's gone. The crowd coming onto the ground now. Good kicks this goal. They've won the match. He's only about 25 to 30
North Melbourne went on to take the $64,000 first prize from the amazed Magpies. The game won't be replayed, but Mr. Hamilton told me the siren fiasco won't happen again.
We've had the siren tested on previous occasions, and we haven't had any problems with it this year at all until last night.
Under Hafey, Collingwood continued to be a power in 1980. It would lose twice to Carlton and the emerging Richmond, but won 7 of its last 8 games, would finish 5th and face the long slog to the grand final.
Goes for the short pass, great play by Brewers. He's found Ray Shaw, he'll run into the open goal for the easiest of goals, and that was tremendous football by Collingwood.
Moore finished 4th in the Brownlow and won the Copeland again, and in the elimination final against North, ruthlessly disposed of his great rival Dempsey in a best-on-ground display.
Umpire says playing Carlson, snaps for goal. There he goes again for goal number 3. And has this fella turned out to be something at all? Look at him there. Up to Moore and Dench again having a great battle. There's Sutton going with a big punch. There's the danger man, Carlson, a snap for goal. Another one. That's goal number 4.
Hafey included young Tony Shaw for his first final in the first semi against Carlton. 94,000 saw Collingwood come from behind after half-time to win by 50 points.
That could be a miraculous goal!
Oh, what brilliant play that was. Dool spins out of the pack. It's a bad hand pass to Kenk. He'll try to get out. He's clear now. Back to Wearmouth. Wearmouth going for a run. The hand pass back there to Barham. Snaps for goal. And that's another one. Over to Wearmouth. And look at the little rover go. He hasn't got a helmet today. Out to Barham. Barham runs around his opponent Malin. Back to Wearmouth. They've got Carlton bamboozle. Over to Wearmouth. Barham again. A shot for goal. It'll be through. Goal. A goal. And they're really giving Carlton a pasting now. That was magnificent play by Barham.
A week later, it would be the minor premiers Geelong and another cutthroat affair. This time the Magpies had to stand united to withstand a withering final quarter burst from Bill Goggins' Cats. They held on by 4 points.
Scooped out towards Tony Shaw, flicks it out towards Dacos again from 20 metres out. That's a goal! Carlson towards right half forward, but only Jan Smith for Geelong is there. Craig Davis, there's the siren! Collingwood are in the grand final! Collingwood has won the preliminary final!
Well, the first side to make the grand final since the inception of the final 5 from 4th or 5th position, but by golly, they had to earn it all the way.
Collingwood had run its race. A tough campaign had left them in no condition to take on the Tigers. On Grand Final Day 1980, Richmond would lead by 7 goals at half-time and extend that lead to a record 81-point drubbing.
And he's put it through for a goal. Here's a go now for Collingwood to score a goal as Wearmouth goes for a long hand pass to Moore. He can't miss this one for sure.
They were the best side I'd seen, 1980 for the 10 years prior that I'd been playing. They were a fantastic side, Richmond,